My trip to Africa. The first place I visited was a tropical island in Namibia, Cape Town, South Africa. Right here was my view when I landed in Cape Town. Next where I went was the Castle of Good Hope, and I couldn't miss this for the world. Next place I went was Camps Bay, Cape Town, and I lounged in the sand and swam in the water. Next I went on the aerial cable to Table Mountain. This travels 10 meters per second. Next stop for me was the Tanzania Safari. I saw adorable lions, huge rhinos, tall giraffes, cute hyenas, ginormous elephants, and many more. Next stop was the Kalahari Desert. This very desert was made 60 million years ago, as well as the rest of the African continent. Next I visited Tagalagadi Transfrontier Park. Tagalagadi Transfrontier Park is a wildlife preserve in Botswana. I saw and did so many amazing things here, such as hiking through the adventurous jungle. And finally, in Transfrontier Park, I went to a tropical island. Since I just love the African wildlife, I had to take a picture of an aardvark and yet another lion. Next, I went to Shobe National Park and saw all of the amazing animals in their wildlife habitats. What I learned from observing these animals was their physical appearances and how they adapted to their ecosystem and environment. The next place I visited was Victoria Falls, also known as Devil's Pool. This river flows between Namibia and Zimbabwe. Two things I did here was see the steam train and visit the bridge. Next stop was the African rainforest ecosystem, and I took a lot of great pictures here. Next stop was the Zambezi River, and I'm really happy to have visited the fourth largest river in Africa. And off I was to the Lake Malawi. There was also some really cool Malawi attractions, such as the picture above. Next up was Tanzania, and I loved everything here. The wildlife animals were adorable, and the sunset was beautiful. Next I stopped in Burundi to see some cool Burundi music. After that, I had to make my way over to the beautiful Burundi African waterfall. I also went Burundi biking with some new friends. Rwanda was probably my favorite visit because I saw the adorable chimpanzees. The hard part of being there was probably seeing the people struggle with the poor. Since I love to dance, I had to stop in Uganda to see these amazing African dancers. I also admired the city life of Uganda. Next was the cute bamboos at Kibao National Forest Park. I also observed a chimpanzee in its habitat. I saw the odd life of drivers in Masai Mara, as well as cute, playful cheetahs. Next, I just had to stop at Kenya Wildlife Service, also known as Nairobi National Park, where a giraffe came up to the camera. I saw some cool zebras and birds at the beautiful Lake Nakura. Also, some more birds and a rhino at the shore of Lake Nakura. Just some seagulls enjoying the waters of Lake Nakura. I saw some beautiful rich houses of Nairobi, some horrible torn down tents of poverty in Nairobi. I guess I was feeling a little bit foolish and daring this day because Mogadishu, Somalia is where the civil war is happening. Next I visited the Bakara Market in Mogadishu, Somalia. Another tourist attraction I visited was the Shanghai Old City in Mogadishu, Somalia. Citizens are warned in America not to go there because the Civil War is happening. Next, I visited a city with great architecture history, which was Timbuktu, Mali. This was my last stop in Africa. This is a world-famous learning center in Africa.
was my amazing trip to Africa and all the places I stopped in.